Welcome to Easy to Love Yoga with Shanna. For today's chair class, we are going to use a yoga strap. If you don't have a yoga strap, you can use a necktie. Also, please place your chair in the center of your mat as we will be getting behind the chair for some poses. So let's begin. I want you seated forward in your chair so your glutes are on the chair, hamstrings are off the chair. A nice 90-degree bend at the knees, feet flat on the floor. Sitting with a nice tall posture here, relaxing the shoulders and placing the hands on your knees. Taking a moment now to close your eyes, notice your breath. When you inhale, are you breathing deeply, allowing the belly to rise? Just notice. Scanning our bodies now, starting at the crown of our head, working all the way down to the toes. Notice any areas that you need to be mindful of during this practice today. Please remember, if there's something we're doing during class that does not feel right to you, you do not need to do it. Always keep yourself safe and just wait for us to move on to the next pose. Starting with our 4 square breathing exercise. Inhaling through the nose for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Retain your breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through the nose. 4, 3, 2, 1. Retain the emptiness. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Retain. Exhale. Retain. Inhale, notice your posture. Retain. Exhale. Retain. Inhale. Retain. Exhale. Retain. Returning to your regular breath and just noticing if you're breathing deeply. Gently opening your eyes. We're going to begin by rolling our shoulders to the back of the room, releasing any tension we're holding in the shoulders. One more roll to the back, and let's change that now to a roll to the front of the room. One more roll forward. Beautiful. Making sure the strap is not too close to your neck. We're going to take our left ear and lower it towards the left shoulder. You can bring one hand to the top of the head, just for the weight of the hand on top of the head to add to the stretch. We're not adding any pressure here. Remember to sit tall, breathe deeply. One more breath here, releasing the hand and returning the head to center. This time right ear towards the right shoulder. And once again, you can add just the weight of your hand to the top of your head. One more breath here. Removing the hand, bringing the head to center. This time chin comes up to the ceiling, stretching the front of the neck. One more breath here. Returning to center, and this time lowering the chin in towards the chest, stretching the back of the neck. And slowly rising up to starting position. Taking your fingers now to the back of your neck. Gently massage your neck, just traveling up and down the neck. Noticing if you're holding any tension, trying to release any tension in the neck. One more time, up and down the neck. And releasing the hands, starting with rolling of the wrists. Changing directions. Beautiful. Beautiful. One more roll. Now we're going to make a stop sign with the right hand. Bring gentle pressure to the fingers just until you can feel a sensation of a stretch in the lower part of the wrist. Holding here, continuing to sit tall, breathing deeply. One more breath here. And let's lower the fingers now. Once again, gentle pressure, this time feeling the stretch along the top of the wrist. One more breath, and let's change hands. Making that gentle stop sign with the left hand, bringing gentle pressure to the fingers, just feeling a sensation of stretch in the lower part of the wrist. One more breath here. And let's lower the fingers once again, gentle pressure, feeling the stretch along the top of the wrist. These are the extensors and flexors of the wrist that we're working. One last breath here. And we're going to roll the wrists in one direction, rolling in the opposite direction. Now we're going to bring our hands together in front of the body at heart center. We're going to do this twice very slowly. We're going to lower the fingers towards the front of the room. Bring the backs of our hands together and allow them to circle through back to heart center. Once again, slowly bringing those fingers forward, backs of the hands together and rolling through. And now let's do this 5 times with fluidity. One last time, stopping at heart center. Now this time we're going to move towards the body, which is going to feel awkward. We don't often move in this direction. So a slight tip towards the body, backs of the hands together, circle through. One more time slowly, a slight tip towards the body, backs of hands together, circle through. And now 5 times with fluidity. Last time. Beautiful, stopping here. Now we're going to pretend we're grabbing onto a jump rope and we're just using that jump rope, jumping forward, just rotating the wrists, pretending we're holding onto the ends of a jump rope. One more time, and now we're going to jump backwards. So we're rotating the wrists now towards the body, just giving the wrists some nice movement here today. One last time. And now we're just going to extend the fingers really wide. I call this star fingers. So stretching those fingers far apart, engaging all the muscles in the fingers and the hands here. Stretching, stretching, and relax. And one more time, star fingers. Really stretch, extend the fingers far apart, engage all the muscles. One more breath, and let's just shake it out. Now we're going to take the strap off of our neck. We're going to take this strap nice and wide, balancing on the thumbs, fingers closing over. We're going to have this wider than hip width apart. We're going to take that strap up to the sky and we're going to gaze up through that strap. Now we're still sitting forward in our chair, nice tall posture here. And I want you to slowly rotate one direction, looking up through the strap. And as soon as you feel the sensation of that twist in the body, stop there. We're holding here for 4 rounds of breath. Beautiful, and we're going to slowly rotate back to our starting position, still looking up through that strap. And now slowly rotating in the opposite direction, still gazing up through that strap, holding 4 rounds of breath. And slowly rotating forward, still gazing up through that strap. This time allow one hand to drop to one side, and when the other hand is directly overhead, gazing up through and beyond the hand at the ceiling, 4 rounds of breath. Slowly coming back to center. Pause just for a moment, and now we'll change sides, allowing the other hand to drop as we gaze through the hand overhead at the ceiling. And returning to center, allowing that strap to come down to the knees. Now we're going to take that strap, we're going to think about inhaling up And we're going to exhale, bring that strap behind us. Inhaling up. If you need to, come back slightly in your chair. Exhale behind just so that strap doesn't touch the back of the chair. Inhaling up. Exhaling behind. Feeling the shoulder blades activate as we exhale behind. Inhaling up. Now you can bring your hands wider apart if that's really sensitive, or closer together if you don't feel anything. Exhaling behind. Inhaling up. Exhaling behind. Inhaling up. This time a 10 count exhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10 count inhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Now you can lower that strap. We're going to bring our hands a little bit closer on that strap. We're going to place one hand at the waist. Bring the opposite arm until it's extended straight forward. And I want you to really lock down on the waist with that one hand and try to pull that strap apart with the hand in front of the body. Really pulling on that strap. Still sitting nice and tall. Still breathing deeply. One more breath here. And now let's change sides. So the hand that was in front is now going to lock into the waist. And then you're going to bring the opposite hand forward, really stretching on that strap as if you're trying to pull it apart. One more breath here. And we're going to change sides once again. So the hand in front comes to the waist and the opposite hand comes forward, pulling that strap, trying to pull it apart. One more time. Beautiful, and changing sides once again, trying to pull that strap apart. One last breath. Now let's bring that strap shoulder height. Once again, we're going to do the same thing. So 3 breaths trying to pull that strap apart. So you're pulling on that strap with both hands in opposite directions, really engaging all the muscles, trying to pull that strap apart. One more breath here, and let's just relax that strap for a moment. And let's do it one more time, bringing that strap in front, and now pulling that strap apart. 3 rounds of breath, really pulling on the strap with both hands. Beautiful, and relaxing. Now we're going to move on to the legs. So we're going to take the strap and we're going to bring it around the sole of one foot. We're going to be seated forward in a chair. So once again, glutes on the chair, hamstrings hanging off of the chair. We're going to lift that foot forward. And we're going to contract the knee in and extend the leg out. Contract in, extend out. Still sitting nice and tall. Contracting in, extend out. Contract, extend, contract, extend, contract, and this time hold that extension. Place both ends of the strap into the same hand as the extended leg. Keep your knee bent on the extended leg. Free hand grabs the chair. Let's take it out to the side for an inner thigh and groin stretch. Sitting nice and tall. Remember to keep breathing. One more breath here. Let's draw that foot forward, holding onto the strap halfway and bringing that foot across the opposite knee, keeping the foot in the strap flexed to protect the bent knee. And on an exhale, lower the torso towards the legs, just until you can feel a sensation of a stretch in the hip. There shouldn't be any pain. If it's painful, simply rise up away from the legs. So find the spot that works best for you today. We're going to hold here for 5 more rounds of breath. One more round of breath here. And slowly rising up. Beautiful. Now allow that foot to come down to the ground. Taking that strap once again into both hands and bringing that strap up behind the knee. I want you to lift the foot off the ground. We're going to rotate the ankle in one direction, sitting nice and tall in our chair. Using the strap to support the weight of the leg. Rolling the ankle in the opposite direction. Changing now to a point of the toe and a flex. Point, flex, point, flex. One more time. Point, flex. Allow the foot to come down. Now you're going to take the strap in the same hand as the leg that has the strap on it. You're going to lift up, holding there, and we're going to circle in an outward direction. Now if you need to, your free hand to hold onto your chair to help you stay nice and upright, that's okay. Feel free. One more circle outward. And now let's change direction and bring those circles inward. Last circle inward. And allow the leg to come down, foot to the floor. We're going to take the strap and place it on the sole of the opposite foot. Once again, strap in both hands, lifting the foot off the ground. We're going to contract the knee in, extend out, contract, extend, contract, extend, contract, extend. One last time, contract, extend, holding the leg out, keeping a slight bend in the knee. Both ends of the strap into the same hand as the extended leg. Free hand grabs your chair, and let's take it out to the side for an inner thigh and groin stretch. Remember, try to keep that knee slightly bent. One more breath here. Let's draw it back to center, taking that strap halfway and bringing the foot across the opposite knee, keeping the foot in the strap flexed to protect the bent knee. And once again, on an exhale, lower towards the legs until you can feel the sensation of the stretch in the hips. 5 more rounds of breath here. One more round of breath. Slowly rising up, allowing the foot to come down to the ground, taking the strap into both hands and bringing it up underneath behind the knee, lifting the foot off the ground, holding onto the strap, rotating the ankle in one direction. Sitting nice and tall, breathing deeply. And let's rotate the opposite way. Turning this now into a point and a flex. Point, flex, point, flex. One last time. Point, flex. Allow the foot to come down to the ground. Take the strap into the same hand as the foot that has the strap around the knee. We're going to lift that foot off of the ground, sitting nice and tall in our chair, and rotating outward. One more rotation outward. And let's change directions, rotating inward. One more rotation inward. Allow the foot to come to the ground. Remove the strap from under the knee. You can set that strap aside. We're not going to need it for the rest of class. Now you're going to get up off of your chair and come behind your chair. I'm just going to move my chair so you can see what we're doing. We're actually going to bring our chair, turning it so the seat is facing you. So please turn your chair around so the seat is facing you. We're going to start by having about a seat distance between the seat and our feet. We're going to hold onto the edge of the chair. We're going to take a nice step back so we can be on our toes in a nice plank position. Holding here, I want you to think about having a straight spine, engaging the abdominal muscles, holding in this high plank. Beautiful. Now we're going to lower down onto our forearms, holding here in a low plank. Thinking about engaging the abdominal muscles here. Coming back into high plank, back into low plank, high plank, low plank, high plank, low plank. One more time. High plank, low plank, and come back into high plank and hold. Now we're going to walk our feet forward once again. So we have a seat distance between the seat of the chair and our feet. We're going to lower down onto those forearms, cross one arm over the other, and lower your forehead down, bending your knees slightly. Just enjoying a nice stretch here. One more breath. Coming back with the hands on the corners of the chair. Once again, we're going to step that big step back. And think about moving into that plank position. You might want to hold on to the edges of your chair here. And now what we're going to do is hold in this plank position. And we're going to lift one foot off the ground. It's not a big lift. It's a small lift here. Holding. Two more rounds of breath. Last breath. Lower that foot down. And now let's change feet, lifting the opposite foot off the ground, toe pointing downward. Holding here. Two more rounds of breath. And lowering the foot down. Now let's come down into low plank once again, holding here. You might want to grab the sides of your chair. We're going to pick one foot up and we're just going to circle out the ankle. And circle in the opposite direction. Place that foot down, lifting the opposite foot, circle out the ankle. Opposite direction. And place that foot back down, coming back into high plank, walking towards the chair, bending your knees slightly, bringing your forearms down to the chair, crossing one hand over the other, and coming forward slightly, bringing your forehead down, just enjoying this nice stretch. One more breath here, slowly rising up. Now I'm going to ask you to turn your chair around. So the back of the chair is now facing you. We're going to bring our elbows to the edges of the chair. We're going to step back. Bring your hands together at heart center in front of the chair. I'd like you to lower your forehead so it touches the top of your chair. Your knees are slightly bent here. We're going to bring our prayer hands now behind our head. Holding here, getting a nice stretch in the upper back and shoulders. And if it's available to you, you can bring your head off the back of the chair and just lower behind the chair. Always keeping the knees bent here. Breathing deeply. Two more rounds of breath. Bring the prayer hands forward and slowly bring one hand to each side of the chair. And rise up. Beautiful. Now I'm going to ask you to come seated once again on your chair. Just going to do a couple rounds of cow and cat breath. So once again, seated forward in your chair, glutes on the chair, hamstrings off of the chair. We're going to bring our arms up into cow as we inhale, lifting up, looking at the sky. Exhaling into cat, arching the back, drawing the arms behind us. Inhaling to cow, lifting, looking up. Exhaling to cat, arching the back, arms behind us. This time as we inhale to cow, we rise up off of the chair into a standing chair pose. Exhale to cat, sit back down into the chair, arms behind. Inhale and rise up. Exhale and sit. Inhale and rise. Exhale and sit. Inhale and rise. Exhale and sit. One last time. Inhale and rise. Exhale and sit. This time, inhale, arms up overhead. Bring your hands together. Lower down to heart center. Close your eyes. Take a moment to notice your breath. Are you breathing deeply? Starting at the crown of your head, doing another scan of your body, all the way down to the toes. Notice if there are any changes from the scan at the start of class. Noticing without judgment. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with this practice and for taking this mindful time for yourself and remembering that it really is easy to love yoga. I hope you have a beautiful day. Namaste.